Boom. There we go. Thank you guys so much for being here. A little bit of an experiment, kind of a part 2 on the experiment is... Boom. There we go. Thank you guys so much for being here. Gotta mute that. Woo! Thank you for your patience. Now, everything is fixed. Woo! Thanks for your patience. Now, everything is fixed. Woo! Thanks for your patience. Fixed it. Is Instagram working? Yes. Cool. Hey, and on Twitch, my buddy Paul, Glen Echo Glassworks, renewed his sub. Good to see you, buddy. Everything's being weird. Okay. Think I got it all working now. Normally, we only go live on Twitch, but we're trying to make everything a little bit more accessible. Thank you, Instagram people, Facebook people, YouTube people, Claycorp, yay. Something to cure the boredom is here. Let's go. Yeah, I'm gonna make some bowls. I have some color mixes that I haven't used before. Want to test out some color applications. Make some new items for Etsy listings. Oh, come on. Bumpy start. We're getting this going. Starting out with a gather of clear 2,100 degree glass. Whoop. This is a mix of frit called Stardew that I get from Olympic Color Rods. And ultimately, the bowls that I'm going to be making, pretty close to cereal bowl size. So I got a really nice heavy application of color on all that hot glass. Now we're gonna melt that all in. My glory hole, my reheating furnace is nice and hot today. Pretty close to 2200 degrees, I would wager. It's been running for a while. Had a student I was working with earlier today. I teach a lot in my home studio. And then I just got distracted with 1,000,001 chores, but it's finally time for me to make some glass. Roll it out a little bit. Push a little bit more glass off my pipe. Generally just balancing out the temperature so that when I blow, even amount of resistance, and the glass will inflate evenly. There we go. Now I'm just reshaping my bubble, making it a little bit more ideal to gather on. This is not enough glass to make the bowl that I want to make. So I'm going to do a thin gather of clear glass over top of this. Woohoo! Oh, this is great. I've got my output stuff and all my Twitch chat on that monitor and that monitor. And then I've got Instagram and Facebook on my other screen. And I've got YouTube open on this screen. Let's go. Thank you guys so much for being here. Mace Glass Art. How's it going? One love. Let's go. Kind of a cooler but comparatively humid day. Humidity is not great for glass blowing. Not that it affects the glass, but it'll make me sweat a lot. There we go, did a little strip gather. Give it a quick block. Hey, we got a lot of people who keep tuning in through Instagram. That's pretty cool. I've been streaming from my home studio for about 3 years, although mostly on Twitch, entirely on Twitch. And we built up a great community there. It's a lot of fun to be able to stream while I blow glass. Very much like I'm in front of a public audience. Oops. Come on. Go back over there. I hit the wrong button. Ah. That's where we hit the wrong button. Hey. One love. Tuned in on Instagram and on Twitch. Let's go. Maze Glass, how's it going? I'm doing great. It is with absolute, genuine sincerity. There's no bad day when I'm just blowing glass from home. Got my dogs hanging out in the yard. Heck yeah, hope your day's going well. Thanks, One Love. Thanks, Mace. Glad to hear you're doing great too. So a little stretch, marver. We're blowing our bowl from the top down. We're cooling what's going to be the lower half of the bowl so that when we blow, the top half of the bowl blows out thinner. There we go. Heck yeah, just got myself a GTT Lynx in the mail today. Sounds cool. Sounds cool. I don't know what it is at all, but sounds cool. So if you missed it when I said it earlier, I'm going to be making something that's pretty much a cereal bowl. Adding more design elements and size options to the listings in my Etsy store. Looking good. Oh, it's a torch. Let's go. Just started messing around with borosilicate glass. Nice. There are very few things that get me as excited as new glass blowing tools. So congratulations. Totally know that feeling. This is such a effective system that I figured out literally like 15 minutes ago for the multi-streaming. I've been able to do this on one platform in front of a big audience for a while. Hasn't been no thing. But now we are on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, and our home base on Twitch. Yep, looking great. I assume, especially among my Instagram audience, I have an especially large audience of colleague glass artists. But it has been impressive how many different glass workers I've met through Twitch as well. Heating up mostly the bottom of my bowl here. But every once in a while I still got to go all the way in. Maintain that minimum 1,000-degree temperature. Back up. Heat the tip. Kind of cooling what's going to be the corner of the bowl where the sides meet the bottom. Then we start paddling. I do pretty much all of my glass making solo. I love working with other artists, either so that I can make more complicated work or so I can work with other people who make work that's more, maybe a little bit more exciting than a cereal bowl. Do the colors you're using have special names? Oh, they all have names. Yeah, you can't just buy red or blue. On the shelves here behind me, I've got probably over 100 different jars, maybe a couple hundred jars that all have pulverized colored glass frit in them. That's most of the color that I use. This is a mix of different colors of frit. There we go. Balanced out the temperature. This mix is called Stardew. I think there's some blue adventurine in there. It's kind of a sparkly color. It's also got like some kind of deeper navy tones and some white. Although I don't really know what it looks like when it's blown out, because I really haven't used it yet. It's been on my to-do list for a very long time. I am, most of the year, so busy keeping up with Etsy orders that I have very little time to like make new items that will be listings for my Etsy store. Most of my listings are made to order. So this would be something like if somebody likes this bowl, I can remake it in the same size or in, this is like a 4.5, no, maybe like a 5-inch size. Trying to finalize sizes. We've had like a 6-inch bowl in our lineup for a while. I think that's gonna get bigger. This will exist under it. I might even make a smaller size. Something like a little dessert bowl. People like little bowls. I like little bowls. Good checking in with you, but I have to go. Be in touch soon. Great to see you, Mace. And we got Eli here. What's up, dude? Nice shop you have there. Thank you so much. This is my garage. My detached garage. Awesome having such a small commute. Sometimes it feels like a little shack, sometimes it feels like a palace, but it is my space and that feels amazing. Eli, how you doing? My friend Eli Cecil is another Salisbury University alumni. That's where I got started making glass. And although he has been based in Florida for years, he's moving back to Maryland. And in just a few weeks, he's heading down to Georgia to pick up a mobile glass blowing furnace, just like the ones that I use. I love their equipment. Can't speak highly enough about it. How many square feet is my shop? This room is about 400 square feet. Just beyond that wall, there's another like 200 square foot room. It's like the warehouse. We have shelves, floor to ceiling with different inventory that's already made, and a lot of packing supplies, peanuts, boxes, bubble wrap, newspaper galore. Sally March, welcome in. So we've puntied the glass. We attached a solid pipe and broke it free from our blowpipe. Every once in a while, I still have to go all the way in, maintain that minimum 1,000-degree temperature, and then back up and more selectively heat just what's going to be the top half of the bowl. The next step is that I'm going to give it a little tweeze and trim. A little step to make the lip of the bowl a little bit cleaner, a little bit thinner. Woohoo, little hole. Stretching the opening a little bit. Got real close to closing up on me. Sheesh. There we go. Not quite as hot as I needed, but I knew if I heated it any more, that hole was going to close. Just checking out the space. I'm setting up in Salisbury today. Hell yeah, Eli, that's so exciting. And One Love, thank you so much for them biddies, my dude. Twitch is, aside from a platform where I've found a lot of great people, one that's like pretty straightforward to be able to monetize as an artist. You find a lot of generous people who want to give you a little tip every here and there. The subscriptions just get you ad-free viewing. But most people who have Amazon Prime and don't have Twitch, or don't use Twitch regularly, don't realize they have one free subscription every month that they can give to a content creator. That gives a lot of good support when it adds up. Great having a community that gives, especially when most of the time it's at no cost to them. So Eli, tell me more about your space in Salisbury. Is it in like an industrial area, a retail venue? Is it out in the country somewhere? Sean Seal, what's up, dude? Thank you so much for being here. Welcome in. For those of you who missed it, I generally stream all day, every day on Twitch. And this is my most recent experiment. I think it's working. We're multi-streaming on Instagram and Facebook and Twitch and YouTube all at the same time. Not gonna lie, I don't see ads anymore. I'm not sure why. Hey, Reese's Cup, great to see you. Do you have like Twitch Turbo or something? I forget what it's called. They do have some kind of deal where you pay like a flat rate subscription to Twitch, and they give a certain increased amount, like more than I would make if you were watching ads in my channel, but the amount that I make is then variable based on how much you watch. You don't use an ad blocker or anything. Nut Turbo, maybe because you're a partner? Oh, maybe. That could explain it. That's pretty awesome. Thank you so much for additional biddies. Let's go. Oh, Eli, your new shop is going to be right near Evo, that awesome brewery they built right when I was graduating. That's an excellent setting. I've done a lot of work with breweries and vineyards. Just having one right next door is going to be super clutch for so many reasons. Let me meet you for happy hour after work. Yeah, boy. A little bit wider. I'll tell you more this week. Gotta go. Catch up with you soon. Great seeing you, Eli. Thanks for being here. Edgar Winston. Twitch simply forgot that One Love exists. Happened to me too for a few months. Weird. You know, I did also hear something that Twitch was having a hard time finding advertising partners. And that people were seeing less ads because there were less people paying to have their ads on Twitch. I don't know how it all works. Don't cancel me, y'all. I'm just trying to blow bubbles here. Oh, now I got it just a little bit wider than I wanted. One more touch. Dave, what's up, dude? And my boy Tits Glass, let's go. This is a lot of fun having so much more activity because of all the different platforms. Feels kind of like I'm in a newsroom where I can see all my feed going out, but also like all these other feeds, stuff coming in. What's the bowl go for? That's a good question. I don't recall off the top of my head. I do know you can hit !Etsy and you'll get a link to my Etsy page if you're on Twitch, which you are. If you type something in there like the Rainbow Swirl Bowl, there's going to be 2 different size options. Something like a 6-inch bowl and I think a 4.5-inch bowl. But I decided the 4.5-inch bowl was too small. So this is going to be whatever price is similar to that 4.5-inch bowl. $7,000. Yes. What? You sell those things? Oh yes, I sold one just the other day. God, what's that Eddie Murphy movie? Somebody help me out. Great to see you, Tits and Dave. Thank you guys so much for being here too. My friend Tits Glass is a guy that I've known on Twitch for a couple years, but it was really fun that 2 years ago when the Glass Conference was in Detroit, it was right next to where they were holding the Michigan Glass Project, and Tits came down from Canada and I got to meet him in person. Making those connections is a whole lot of fun. Woohoo! Think I'm pretty happy with that bowl. Heck yeah, I love the cups too. Thank you, brother. Beverly Hill Cop 3. Yes, I knew it. I'm from Michigan myself. Also cool. That was the one and only time I've ever been to Michigan, was Detroit. I'm pretty sure it's the furthest north I've ever been. It's definitely the closest I've ever been to Canada. You're living in Florida right now, planning on moving back next year. Sick. And then my buddy Dave, he's another glass artist who's based out of Baltimore, Maryland. Does work at another glass studio that's owned by another Salisbury alumni. Just a couple more drops of water. Compromises that deliberately weak connection point. Then just a little tap. Comes right off. Yeah. Then I pick up my hot torch, give it a little fire polish. This is an oxy-propane torch. Belongs to my friend Emily, another Baltimore-based glass artist. This is great for sculpture work, which I almost never do. And totally overkill, but awesome in the best ways for that kind of fire polishing move. There we go, it's starting to look kind of blue. This is gonna go over into my annealing oven. Whee! All the way in. Perfect. Ring the bell. Bing! Do it again. Different color now. Thanks, Tits. Great to see you, buddy. Similar bowl. I'm going to add an optic twist, which will give it kind of a striped pattern. And then I'm going to do another one that has a double optic pattern. It'll look more like a fishnet. That's as close as I want to get to Canada. Sheesh! Awesome. All right. Jumping right into the next bowl. Let's go. Picking up a preheated pipe off my warmer. This is my Big Dragon furnace from Mobile Glass Blowing Studios. It holds about 100 pounds of liquid clear glass. And I run mine 24/7, but you don't really have to. Just that for my purposes, that gives me the cleanest glass. And in a way, it's more efficient, less stressful on the furnace, since I use it daily anyways. Adding another heavy roll of frit. See, we got Blackstone River glass here now. Thanks for being here. We've had a lot of people coming through the Instagram live feed. This is awesome. Facebook hasn't been particularly active, and YouTube hasn't been particularly active. But I assume that if we do this a little more regularly, the same way that I do on Twitch daily, that I'm sure we can get these numbers up. Hey, my buddy Captain Tilt, he's here on my Twitch stream. One of my best friends that I've grown up with since elementary school, and the guy who encouraged me to set up this kind of technology in my hot shop. And now I feel like I have a glass studio in my TV studio. Colors look good in that bowl. Thank you. Hey, humanity, good to see you too. Yep, putting in the link for the Discord. I'm still working on learning that, but great way to stay in touch, y'all. Singing and dancing to the song Valencia Glass, so goofy. Valencia Glass would die laughing. Thank you, Mav. Good to see ya. I'm sure you're having a good old time. Then we got Lady of Ragnar. Good morning from Australia. Let's go. Welcome in. As I was saying, we're making some bowls today. And we just finished one, and we're really early in the process in the second one. We started with a big gather of clear glass. We've rolled it in pulverized colored glass. A mix of frit that I happen to buy pre-mixed from Olympic Color Rods. And this is a blend called Stardew. Now we're gonna put a bubble in here. What's up, Captain Tilt? Thanks for being here, bud. One love, more biddies, my guy. Love the generosity, y'all. Never expected, but always appreciated. Gradually, you guys are covering my propane. There we go. Straighten it all out. Yeah, there's my puppy in the background. Now, if he'd motivate you to give me a free purple bowl, nah, not yet, Mav. But in the near future, we are gonna start doing giveaways. I'm continually behind schedule, y'all. Just trying to keep up. But I promise, new, bigger, better things are on the horizon. You're in the right place. You're gonna wanna stay in touch. Alright, so now this hot floppy noodle, whoop, wrong button, goes down into my optic mold. Yeehaw! There we go. Good optic punch on that. Were you wearing a new Valencia Glass shirt design the other day? Ooh. Doubtful. There have only been 3 so far. If it was like a black one with a red and blue logo, that was a Rob Stern glass art t-shirt that I got from him at the glass conference. He's another glass artist based out of Florida. He was on Blown Away season 3? Yeah, 3. Really talented artist. Fan of his work. So now we're gonna just twist this a little bit. The optic mold gives us straight vertical ridges in our bubble. And there's different ways to use this kind of design, either for a textured or a striped design element. I'm going for a striped pattern. Kind of a pinwheel striped bowl. Still got more people coming in and out on the Instagram feed, y'all. Thank you so much for being here. Funny thing about that red and blue t-shirt, that Rob Stearns Designs t-shirt, is it looks just similar enough to the Major League Baseball logo that he got a cease and desist from them. So now we've twisted that pattern even tighter and trimmed off a little bit from the tip, where everything will turn into a stripe. They will all end at one clean terminal point right in the center of the bowl. Oh, here comes one of the dogs. Hey, Chase. Oh, he got an itch on his back. What's up, buddy? Another one of my dogs is out in the yard. Third dog is in the house right now. It's like you always got to check in and see how many dogs we've had. We were at 4 like 2 years ago. Then we were down to 2, then 3, and we got the third dog, I felt, pretty quickly after the second dog. One more heat, just getting this a little smoother. Don't know how much longer my Instagram feed will last. Probably about 20 minutes. Go. Bubble is all smooth and ready to be gathered on. Here's the challenge. Can I finish this bowl in exactly 20 minutes? So my Instagram people can see the conclusion. Time to find out. Stay tuned. Yeah. There's the block I wanted. Yeehaw. Come on, get hotter. Losing time here. There we go. There we go. Go. Stretch, Marver. And blow. It is cooling down what's going to be the bottom half of the bowl, leaving the top half comparatively hotter, so I can control where it's expanding. My garden is looking good. Where can you see my garden? Through which camera? Oh, is my garden looking good? Phew! Yeah, my garden's looking awesome. Put a lot of time into it this year. Not really getting anything out of it yet. Still a little early in the year. Yeah. Chase, Humanity says hi. Thanks for being here, bud. Now we're squeezing into neckline, giving us somewhere to break this bowl off of my blowpipe later in the process. Right now, my first thought, now that I'm seeing everything a little more blown out, is that for the striped effect that I wanted, I may have twisted my bubble a little bit too tight. Maybe I just got excited. But I hope they still provide contrast as stripes instead of kind of just blurring together. It's still gonna look good, but I'm trying to make a specific item to add to my Etsy catalog. Are the ridges you put on it earlier still there? No. I heated it until they were smooth, and then we've gathered more clear glass over top of it. Great question. There's other patterns I can make that do have ridged qualities. I wasn't going for that design element for this bowl. There we go. Got it nice and squat. Cooling the shoulder of my bowl just a little bit. And we're kind of coming up to level. This is a good place to touch it. Confirm that you're on center. And then I move down and I'm starting to shape the lower half of my bowl. By now the glass is getting a little cold. Boop. So next, pretty much heating just the bottom of the bowl. There's enough heat coming out of the furnace where I can direct it to the bottom half of my bowl. There's the puppy again. Every once in a while, still going all the way in, maintaining that minimum temperature, and then backing up, selectively heating just the glass that I want to shape. So do the ridges just help for structure? The ridges are a certain design element. And so when I used that mold for this vessel, it cut through the layer of color and gave me a striped design element. It's a little bit hard to see now, and that was one thing I was saying, like maybe I got a little excited and maybe I twisted it a little bit too tightly. So those lines might be a little bit too close to each other to give the contrast of that kind of striped appearance. Breaking glass work. Hey, what's up, dude? Great to see you. Eli was just here a minute ago. I feel like I'm getting lots of Florida people here today. So now I'm cooling where I don't want the glass to move. And then we start to paddle it. There we go. So we're just going to take a couple short heats to balance out the temperature. I no longer want any part of my glass to be hot enough to be malleable, but nothing so cold that it might break. That should do. You also notice I'm kind of blowing on the tip. That's just for style points. Hey, Tadayoshi, what's up, dude? And humanity's showing up in the Instagram feed. Awesome, awesome. Welcome into my shop, y'all. Working out of my big dragon, made by Mobile Glass Blowing Studios. And for that matter, all of the equipment in my shop is built by Mobile Glass Blowing Studios. Harvesting the exhaust heat from that furnace, I'm able to maintain my garage at about 1,000 degrees. I get it as hot as I want. And on the other side of the furnace, on the other exhaust port, there's a pipe warmer. Oompa TTV, what's up? Welcome into the Twitch chat. Thanks for being here. Hey, and we got Eric. Whew, that's a perfect plug-in right there. Eric Tattooer is my friend who I've known since elementary school, and he gave me the tattoo that I have on my arm that matches my furnace. It's effectively the logo for Mobile Glass Blowing Studios, just I wear it every day. Big fan of their products. My friend Eric does great work. If anybody's looking to get some ink. So we're punting up this bowl, just doing a few rotations, keeping everything on center. Little pinch, little tap, pops right off. Now we're gonna heat just the top half of the bowl. You know what, I think I'm gonna give it one more quick touch at the bench. I wanna be certain that everything's on center. I don't wanna rush. Hey, Wing Sing. Great to see you, buddy. Gotta say, I'm having all of the extra fun where I'm very used to streaming pretty much all day, every day while I make glass, and usually just on Twitch. But today, I think we figured out a good system where we're going to be able to stream on Twitch and Instagram and Facebook and YouTube all at the same time. This is crazy. Andromeda's working and lurking. Hoping everyone is doing well. Great to see you, Andromeda. Thanks for being here. Ooh, Edgar, what's up? I'm not on Kick, but I could be on Kick. I've never been on that website, to be honest. We've got Shashinto. I ruined that. I apologize, but thanks for being here, dude. Yaw. My reheating furnace is built by Mobile Glass Blowing Studios. In the background on the left right now, you can also see part of my mini dragon, a whole other furnace built by Mobile Glass Blowing Studios. Dear Glass, what's up, dude? Welcome in. Picking up more and more people on the Instagram feed. But we are streaming live on Twitch, pretty much the home of my live stream. We got some people watching on Facebook. I don't know if anybody's watching on YouTube. Not really seeing much activity over there. Gonna do a couple little pinches here. Even up the lip of my bowl. So this is gonna end up being something pretty close to the size of a cereal bowl. It's a blend of different colors that I get from Olympic Color Rods. This is called Stardew. Let's see, like maybe three different shades of blue in there. Something real pale, kind of whitey. I think one of those colors has like a sparkly adventurine in it. So it might have just a really subtle, sparkly quality to it as well, kind of glitter-like. Going all the way in, maintaining that minimum 1,000 degrees, so that you'll be able to see that the way I was heating just the top of the bowl, that's where the glass is going to be soft. And we can trim off the tool marks that I made previously by tweezing the bowl. The end result of those two steps is a much cleaner lip than I would have otherwise had. Little flash. Maintain that minimum temperature. Back up. Heat just the glass that I want to shape. I have to finish this bowl in the next like 4 minutes before my Instagram feed cuts off. Can he do it? What do y'all think? If my Instagram feed cuts out, y'all, make sure you tune in on Twitch or Facebook or Instagram. Don't miss the rest of the glass that I'm gonna make today. Whee! Stretch, 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 stretch. I got it most of the way open, but definitely did not have enough heat to finish it. Take a rough, throwing my tools. Take a rough measurement. Yep. Needs to be about an inch wider. Oh man. I got like 3 minutes left to end it. Finish this bowl. I think I can do it. I think I can do it. Oh, Goliath's going back and forth in the background. He's a good boy. Now it's a little too big, just got to do a little bit of fine tuning. Hey, Kathy Lately, great to see you. Thank you so much for being here. We have 35 people in our Twitch audience. I think there's 4 on Instagram, 1 on Facebook, maybe 1 or 2 on YouTube. Twitch is always the home of my live stream. Smoothing in some little bumps. Double check my measurement. Think it's still big. Pretty close. For best results, I'm going to touch it one more time. There's still a couple little bumps. I'm not going to try to pass off a second as a first. Well, here comes Golly again. Alright, I'm pretty happy with that. It's great. We got like 30 seconds. Get it off the pipe. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. A couple little drops of water. Little tap. Come on, get off there. Then we grab our hot torch, do a little fire polishing, cleaning up the sharp edges where the glass breaks off the pipe. Now we pick up our 1,000-degree bowl and move this into our 960-degree oven. Thanks for hanging out, y'all, especially Instagram people who are getting kicked off now. Hey, but we're still here. That's pretty cool. The multi-broadcast kind of thing works. I'm just as surprised as you are. Cornflakes would look great in that bowl. Sure would. That's one of my favies. That. Reese's Puffs. Hey, Humanity and Jordan Allsup. Checking in on the on the YouTube stream. Let's go. We do have people watching. We were doing a multi-stream on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, and Twitch as always. But it's been an hour, so my YouTube feed has now cut out. Sorry, my Instagram feed has now cut out. So let me just grab one thing. And I mean that digitally, not literally. Oh, I grabbed the wrong one. Alright, video ended. Sweet. We can go ahead and kill. Killed Instagram. I'm gonna move YouTube. Ooh, but if I do that, I can't see the chat? Is that what you're telling me? Okay, YouTube is staying over here so I can see the chat. That's a frustration. Nope. Maybe I will. Do this. Come on, computer. Work with me. You know what I want. That. Perfect. Whew. Water. Ring the bell. Need to put more pipes up. Jordan, it is really good to see you too, by the way. I sent a request for an estimate today where I'm intending on getting a stamp and a mold to make something like a coin. We're doing a coin launch, y'all. Cool. Hot. Hey, Jordan's on 2 platforms now. Supporting me on Twitch and YouTube. And we are still live on the Facebook. I don't know how long it's gonna let me stream on Facebook, so I'm curious to find out. Whew. All right, I'm giving that pipe 1 minute to heat up. I want to turn this furnace up a tiny bit. Just stepping aside and getting a minute of fresh air, but I can still see the chat, y'all. One love, my dude. Thanks again for all them biddies. I mean, it's not cliche to say every bit counts. Where did I put? There it is, my cellular device. Just responding to a couple messages. Give me 1 minute, y'all. So do I recognize this name? Of course, Jordan. Grasshopper. Of course I recognize you. My dude. Hmm. That seems to have worked. Chris T, great to see ya. Thanks for being here. There we go. Oh, it's so hot. And this week is only gonna get hotter. Found you again. Hey, you got me on all three platforms that I'm on. Thank you, Jordan. All right. Bowl number 3. Let's get it. I'm not sure I'm happy with how the second bowl came out. Depending on how the third bowl comes out, I might go back and remake the second. Enhance. That'll be plenty of color. Screw it. Attach all 3 together in one giant nesting bowl. Like a 3-tier cake, glass cake. I'm happy with how the first bowl came out. I worked one summer at a bakery as a young teen. Once. Crossed it off my money-making list. I can only imagine how hot it gets in there. Right now, it's about 20 degrees hotter than it is outside. I'm seeing 75 degrees outside and 95 degrees inside. Although it's 91% humidity outside. And thankfully, only 46% inside. A comparatively dry environment, but ugh, it's humid. You get so sweaty, and hot humid is awful. Job can't be all fun though, right? Gotta be work. Nobody says they're going to fun. Bubble! There she blows. Waka waka waka. Looks a little thick. There we go. Better. Jaster, you go to fun every day. Christie, northern part of New Zealand here. Humidity is my downfall in the summer, and almost as bad in the winter. Sigh. Every day is an adventure. Hey, Megan of all trades, let's go. Thank you so much for that raid. Oh my gosh, chat's blowing up. The moat is flooding in to your stream. What's up, Alice? Dr. Kit Kat. Thank you guys so much. Great to see everybody. Owly, a wild dog. Oop. Whee! Down into my optic mold. Push these ridges into the glass, which ultimately will melt out, but we're achieving a striped design element. Anybody has any questions about anything glass blowing, don't be shy. How was your stream? What were you streaming? Hey, and Christian's here. What's up, my dude? Thank you. You were crocheting dragons today. Oh, so freaking cool. Love dragons. What's the inspiration for the dragon crochet this time? Try not to go too tight. The last one I made too tight. You were working on one that looked like Toothless. Somehow you said dragons, and How to Train Your Dragons was the first thing to come to mind. I haven't seen the live action one yet, but I heard it's very good. I'm excited to see it. Doing good. Sorry you're running late. Hey, don't be shy, yo. Great to see you, Christian. The dragons are very cute. They had fidget beads too. Aww. What are we doing for tonight's session? We are making multiple bowls in different colors with different design elements to introduce more new products for our Etsy list, Etsy catalog. Whee! Back down into the mold. Double optic punch. Boop. Looking pretty good. So we created a set of stripes by hitting that tool, and then we twisted it one direction. Now we've hit the mold a second time. We're going to twist it the opposite direction. And that'll leave us with something like a fishnet pattern. Oh yeah, nice. Shop the moat. It's a great place to put that link, y'all. Give me a chance to look at it when I actually have my hands free. Wouldn't even have thought of that. Thank you, Andromeda. Been streaming on Twitch for 3 years. Still feel like I'm learning something. Learning a lot. I think I'm gonna like this one. So now that we've manipulated the color in a certain way, want to get it really hot, smooth it out, make sure my bubble is evenly inflated, and then we're going to add another layer of clear glass over top of this. That was like 99% effective. For best results, I ought to do that one more time. Actually, I lied. 100% effective. Oh man. Whoop. Don't know if this is going to be able to pick up the pattern here. Yes, it is. Oh man, that looks cool. Generally, just giving it a minute, waiting for it to cool off. Hey, Taffer girl. Thank you so much for that follow. Welcome in, y'all. We're giving this bubble one more minute to cool off. Then we're gonna gather some more glass. Jaster, the thing you're missing is the use of the optic mold in between those twists. So it carved vertical stripes that we twisted one direction, and then we carved a second set of vertical stripes that we twisted the other direction, and that gives us that kind of diamond pattern. Fishnet, crisscross little panels. That's gonna look really cool. I love what the color's doing already. I was doing some experiments with another color on my last stream, a mix called Rosewood. Didn't really care for it. Don't love how it came out, actually. There they are. They're okay. Kind of underwhelming. Although that vase is really pretty. That's made by another student of mine. Jordan, you call it a pineapple pattern? Well, then what would you call a pattern from a pineapple mold? Is that a tool that they use in torch work? Hey, Chase, get down from there. Good boy. Whoa, cracked eggs. Good to see you. Like the second raid in 10 minutes. Can't believe it. Welcome in, everybody. If you're new here, my name's Phil. We're blowing glass, working with 2,000 degree material here. That's in Fahrenheit. Somewhere around 1,000 degrees in Celsius. How was your stream, dude? What's going on? Same thing. Not too many optic molds are used in torch work, to be honest. The only one I've used was for making dip pens, a smaller version of the mold you just used. That makes sense. Welcome in, Raiders. So we have all the material we need to make this bowl now. Since everything has balanced out in temperature, we can start blowing it out. First, one more quick touch with the block. Puts a certain amount of surface tension, like a skin, on the glass. That skin will encourage it to hold an even shape while I blow it out. Lapinau's here. Hey, bonjour. There we go. Oh, that pattern's looking so good. Don't mess it up, don't mess it up, don't mess it up. Hot. So now we're going to do a heat stretch marver blow. I have generally a evenly inflated bubble. Now I want the top half to start being thinner than the bottom half. What's up? I was just doing a little bit of a trial multi-stream. I think it was very effective. Still kind of effective. We are still streaming on Facebook and YouTube at the same time. We had Instagram in there earlier for about an hour. Probably do that one more time, just a little bit more. You see on Instagram, am I still live on Instagram? Is that what you're saying, Lapinau? Jin, welcome in. Like how that rhymes. Good to see ya. I think he can only be live on Instagram for an hour at a time, and I think after an hour it automatically killed my stream, but now Lapinau's making me question it. Unless it's showing the past stream that I just did, like not live anymore. Oh yes, of course. Thank you all so much for being here. As always, it seems like an unreasonable number of people that we have in the audience. 47 people watching on Twitch. That's crazy. And I'm just in my garage. I like to imagine myself looking around and there's 47 people in the room. It's like, this is crowded. If I owned a business and I had the foot traffic where there's like 47 people hanging out on a Tuesday. Is it still Tuesday? What day is it? Yeah, it's Tuesday. It's like, that's a good number. Y'all are amazing people. Now we're going to do a heat and squat. Make it a little shorter, a little wider. Looks pretty good. Now we're going to start heating and flattening just the very bottom. Yankee Axe, my dude, how you doing? I haven't been doing very good at getting up early, so I haven't caught too many of your streams recently, but I did see that you were splitting some wood recently. Big surprise. Smoothie time official, no pun intended. This is mind-blowing. Hey, thank you so much. I happily accept the pun. Welcome to the hottest stream on Twitch. Grrr. So right now we're heating just the very bottom of this bowl. We blow our vessel from the top down. Now we'll start to shape the bottom. And then we'll attach a solid pipe to the bottom, break it off of our blowpipe, and be able to shape the opening, the wide lip of the bowl. Alright, bottom looks nice and flat. Not cool smoothie time. Hot. Gotta make those puns, right? Wish my little propane torch could do this. Well, this furnace isn't much more than a little propane torch focused into a really well insulated chamber. And that fire kind of just circulates and builds up. So I have a couple different pieces of equipment here. In the back of the room behind me, there's about a 1,000-pound furnace. It runs 24/7 at about 2,100 degrees. Maintains my reservoir of liquid clear glass. And then there's my reheating furnace, which is traditionally referred to as a glory hole. Runs a little closer to maybe 2,200 degrees. Takes about an hour to come up to temperature, but only runs during the day while I'm working. Puns, keep them coming. Anybody know when a dad joke becomes a dad joke? That's one of my favorites. Stolen from a good friend of mine. Oh, you know what? I did see Yankee Axe doing some more gardening recently. Mine's finally starting to get some growth to it, but this is like... We've had more rain so far this year than I feel like we had all of last year. My garden just needs some sun, for Christ's sake. Smoothie official, and anybody else who appreciates a good dad joke. A dad joke becomes a dad joke when it becomes apparent. Duh. So far, I'm just the fun uncle. One day my wife and I will have kids. Not there yet. We got 3 dogs, 2 rabbits, a cat, a leopard gecko, and we consolidated more recently. We're down to 2 very large fish tanks. I had to put down my phone and sigh. That's how you know it's good. Thanks for being here. You can expect a lot more of that. Bloop, bloop. Boop. Little connection right to the bottom. A few rotations to make sure it's generally straight. Little pinch, little tap. There we go. Broke off perfectly. And now there's a small broken edge up for where the lip is. With everything flipped over, we're effectively heating just the top half of the bowl. I do still have to go all the way in, periodically maintain that minimum 1,000-degree temperature. Thank you for that follow, Smoothie Time. Great to have you with us. Now, while my connection is still hot, because it's fresher from the 2,000-degree furnace, just want to do a little bit of touching while I can, and make sure this bowl is as on center and square to the pipe as possible. And that looks great. Can't beat it. Now we're going to heat just the opening. This is a little bit of a longer heat, so let's see if I can have some fun playing with my camera. Bloop. Enhance. Whoop. Go back that way. Too much zoom. There's a couple sleepy boys. Chase is passed out. Golly's staring down the driveway. Hey, Golly. Are you a good boy? Yeah. Mav, you think that's pretty? Thank you so much. Sleepy boys. Golly just turned 2 on Saturday. Signing off. Well, thanks for being here. Hope to see you again. Have a nice day. Yeah, Golly just turned 2. Can't believe I've had him almost his entire life. Can't believe it's been 2 years. Time just goes by so fast. Make it stop. If I could somehow cram like 8 or 9 days into a week, then maybe I'd get a weekend. I'm not 100% sure off the top of my head. I think Chase is somewhere like 9 months. He's just a baby. Alright, so we took that time to tweeze, kind of stretch the glass near the lip. Now, we're going to cut right through it, get rid of that extra glass. And this leaves a much cleaner lip than we otherwise would have had. Beautiful. Looks like we got an ad coming in about a minute, y'all. Thanks again for being here. Oh, we're gonna miss the big open. Get it started. Whoa, stretch. Ooh, hot. Eyeball. Yep. Still wider. All right, we're in ads, I believe. Still shorter, still wider. Little wider. Trust your eyeballs, Phil. Because it is exactly where I wanted it. Hot damn. I remembered I kind of chucked the caliper by accident. And when it went across the floor, it must have bumped its mechanism and gotten a little wider. I gotta know, this looks right. This looks exactly right. How does the caliper say I'm still small? Trust your eyeballs. They know what they're looking at. One more wee little touch. And this touch is only very slightly aiming to make the bowl wider. Mostly I'm just heating the entire bowl and getting that opportunity to balance out the temperature. Having that really nice even gradient makes it a lot easier to make a bowl. Where if you have a sharper heat line, you're more likely to get a bump somewhere. I can fluidly transition from one part of the shape to another. Oh, I love the way this bowl came out. What do we think? Pattern looks pretty clean. Gorgeous. Thank you so much. Welcome in, Tapper Girl. Saw your follow a little while ago. I appreciate the lurk. Not bad for a cereal bowl, right? Or ice cream. I like my ice cream. Let's go. Just a couple little drops of water on the bottom of this deliberately weak attachment. Little tap. Pops right off. Pop. Now I grab my hot torch. Yeah, your Gomer pile. What's that movie again? I know it's a war movie, army movie. He's the guy they beat up in basic training. He's in a bunch of army cadences. Awesome. I love how this bowl came out. Ooh. Ooh. Sweet. Now we go into the annealing oven. Ring the bell. Bing! That looked a little bit off a second ago. Yeah, that's supposed to be higher. That'll do. Now where's my mouse? Update preset. There we go. Hey. Whoop. There we go. Gomer Pyle was originally on the Andy Griffith Show with Little Opie, and then got his own spin-off later called Gomer Pyle USMC. You sure that's his original thing? Isn't he like in like a real movie? Kind of a serious movie? And he's like in Basic Training, there's a certain quality where they beat you up a little bit. They do group punishment. One person's too slow, everybody's too slow. And everybody was getting smoked because of Gomer Pyle. Either that or it's another movie I'm thinking of. Woo. Excuse me. I'm going to redo the second bowl. I don't like the way that one came out. But I do like the size that these bowls are coming out. I'm gonna wipe my face again. Just a minute. Ooh. Ooh. Today is Tuesday, right? Can't shake the feeling that I'm forgetting something. Yippers. All day. Alright, my phone died on me. Well, I was trying to respond to some things. Now it's recharged. Give me just 1 minute. Unless anybody wants to tell me what they got going on. Facebook, YouTube, Twitch folks. Tacos, you forgot tacos. Oh my God. We went out for Mexican food last night. Got to spend time with my sister while she was in town. Oh shoot, it's Tuesday. Happy Tuesday. What day is it even? Right? all turned around because of your husband's new work schedule. My wife also has a new work schedule. She used to work 3 13-hour days, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Now she works 4 10-hour days, Monday through Thursday. Type of girl I should head out to bed. Oh yeah, absolutely. Thank you so much for being here. Good night all. Hope you all enjoy the rest of the stream and the rest of your day or night. Yeah, it's early evening here. We're gonna keep going for a few more hours, but we'll be back tomorrow, hopefully bright and early. It's always the goal. Alright, I'm up. I'm up. Ugh. I think I have 1 or 2 more bowls still in me. Gotta get them out. Maybe we'll keep going after that, but 1, 2, 3, I don't know. One of those numbers. Gather. That's what I want. There we go. Time to melt. Now we're gonna marver it. Now we're gonna blow. Bubble, come on, Bubble. There she blows. We're gonna get it real hot. Push it into the optic mold. And we're doing just a single punch on this one. The double punch looked really good. Just don't think I need it as tight as I twisted the first one. Stretch stuff. Boom. Sweet. There we go. So now we have these vertical ridges. And we're gonna get it hot and then twist it. That's gonna give us like a pinwheeled spiral design element. There we go. Roll it out a little. And we're going to heat it up and then smooth it all the way down. Getting rid of the textured quality, but the effect to the color will remain. It's now going to be grouped into this spiraled stripe pattern that we were talking about. Hey, Goliath. Off. Goliath. No, he knocked the cushion off the couch. I've given up, and they're allowed on the couch. Just don't want them like jumping on it or standing on it where they're standing over the back and potentially jumping out of my garage. One more little heat, same thing. Y'all, for about 24 hours now, and for the first time since like maybe 2020, I have absolutely 0 open Etsy orders. And everyone always says, yeah, busy is good. Busy is good, but like not being busy for once and having the time to be able to catch my breath. This is kind of by design. I've been strategically backing out of more and more commitments for the last couple years. overcommitted on classes, overcommitted on events, took on too many custom commissions. There we go, nice and smooth. Oop, wrong button. There we go. See the design element. Now we just wait for this to cool down a little bit more. Almost there. Should do. Take a dive. Whee! Just heard my phone go ping. I'm gonna take a wager. It's my wife mentioning that she just got out of work and she'll be home soon. On my way, sweetie. There you are. What's up, sugar? Meant my IRL wife, not my streaming wife. I wager Jordan is my longest running viewer. Not counting Captain Tilt. If it's not Jordan, it might be Humanity. Don't have that set up, but I'd like to set up that command. Is that a default thing within Nightbot? You don't need a command. You can always just click people's names and see. Yeah, let me get right on that, Clay Corp, on account of I'm so well positioned to be clicking right now. Walk, 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 walk. Clay Corp's also a long-time OG. Since January 28th, 22. June 28th, 22. That's what I thought. Sounds about right. So almost exactly 3 years. Oh, not you specifically. Like you could type out a command in your current state either way. Wah, wah, wah. Clay Corp's always got something to say. And I appreciate it. Yeah, the stripes in this bowl are coming out way better. Than the other bowl that I made. Do I really though? Of course, dude. You add a hilarious component to the stream. I love all the familiar long-time viewers. Don't get me wrong, y'all. Appreciate the new viewers. But the stream was not always what you're seeing today. And some of the OGs can tell you how bad it used to be. Some things I've been lucky enough to try to figure out on my own. Time and practice and effort have improved this channel a lot, but I've also gotten a whole lot of really valuable feedback. And y'all know I'm just your humble, friendly neighborhood glassblower working in their garage and trying to do the thing on the line. But for a long time, I was telling people that my broadcast, there's not a lot of studios to do this kind of thing. I had the second best media capture broadcast glass studio in the world. And now, from some feedback that I've heard from other people, starting to think I might have the best. I've had people straight up tell me my angles and camera work and general operation configuration better than Corning. That blows my mind. Dude, It's not that it was bad. The stream was always pretty good. It was being able to watch you grow and expand. I knew the concept, and I knew what I wanted, and I was not going to be happy until I grew the stream to what I wanted. I think that really helps me stand out on Twitch. I know I've heard from a lot of people that it's hard to get attention to something that someone else is doing. It's also hard to get attention to something that nobody else is doing. But I had a clear concept of what I wanted to stream and how I wanted everything to function. And like you said, it's grown and expanded a lot. I'm eagerly waiting for the response to my inquiry for an estimate for the tools that I will need to make these glass coins. Because we're doing a coin launch. If Hawktua can do it, why can't I? It's gonna be like an NFT or a cryptocurrency, but it's a real physical item. One more heat. I wish I saved more footage from the old days. Like at least one video of every iteration that my broadcast and shop has been rearranged through. You're calling dibs on the first one? That's 100% fair. You gave me the idea. Such a long-standing viewer. Oh no, my phone is ringing now. Give me just 1 minute, y'all. All right, we're back. Clay Corp, yes, the plan is to number each coin. I've been thinking about it a couple different ways. I could certainly figure out a way to do it double-sided, but I'm otherwise just gonna do it single-sided so I can Dremel coin number on the back. It's gonna be something I'll probably sell on Etsy for like 20 bucks plus shipping. And not that I think it's an item that I mean, to somebody, yeah, probably worth 20 bucks. It's gonna be like Valencia glass, thank you, or something. It's gonna be like a support item, a way for people to contribute and to get something. And on Twitch, I need to figure out the economics of it a little bit, specifically what like an average shipping cost will be, because I'd like for there to be ways to earn these coins for free, whether it's going to be a channel point redemption, whether it's like if you donate a certain number of gift subs, whether you subscribe a certain number of months on your own. And then I'm thinking, I don't know how to fully implement this yet, but I'd like to get my schedule that hit the ground. Didn't break though. Still in one piece. Woohoo! Finishing that thought in 1 second. Oh, it didn't blow up yet. Boom! Nice save. Thank you. So yeah, I'd like to get my schedule to where I have at least 1 day a week of like free time available glass blowing. Make fun things, work on custom items. Kind of what I'm doing today, but this is still kind of in the middle. I'm working to a measurement. One more touch. Working to a specific measurement, and they're kind of similar, so I'm on like, oh, I'm gonna throw these colors at the piece and go for this kind of shape, or see how thin of a cup I can make, or something along those lines. And then when I post it all on like Instagram/Discord, it's like first dibs on certain pieces will be awarded on a basis of who has more coins. There's a thing in the Army called a challenge coin. And certain officers, people who accomplished really amazing things, will get their own challenge coin made. I sure did hit the ground. Nice. Thanks, Clay Corp. Gotta make sure you clip all them bloopers. But yeah, it's like if you impress one of these individuals, they'll normally give you a challenge coin. And then if you're like out at the bar with a bunch of other soldiers, there's a game where like everyone will pull out all of the challenge coins that they have. And whoever has the most challenge coin, whoever has the least challenge coins, like, buys the round. But they're normally like Medal of Honor recipients or commanders. I think anybody can. There's not like a restriction or regulation on anybody can get a challenge coin made, but that's just like a little piece of Army culture that would be really interesting to find a way to blend into my glass career. Oh shoot, we both got it. Yeah, nice. Like 2's a second. Whose is better? It sure did hit the ground by Clay Corp, or nice save by Grasshopper Glass. Oh, Grasshopper 8111. It is really suddenly starting to cool off. It's like 74 outside, 95 inside now. When the sun goes down. It actually isn't too bad in here. A little narrow still. One more touch. I think I'm gonna need one little touch on just the lip after this. Just the lip. Oop, wrong button. It's just a little thing I'm working back and forth with the sides and the lip. Wish I didn't have to go back and touch it this many times. But otherwise a very nice bowl. And I can make it better if I'm patient. Thank you guys so much for being here. great. Right on, too. Beautiful. Love watching the creative process. Thank you, Oompa. I love having people hang out with me while I work. I got started about 13 years ago back in college. And then I worked in a national park where I got really used to blowing glass in front of an audience. And all of the equipment that I have is actually portable. It's made by a company called Mobile Glass Blowing Studios. So again, I'm very used to being in front of an audience. Now when I finally got my own home studio and all of the privacy somebody could ever ask for, like, you know what? I wish it wasn't so private. Now, a lot of glass studios depend on brick and mortar, high traffic, high volume areas. I tell you, it's way more comfortable working from home, getting to hang out with my dogs all day. Woo-hoo. It's a nice bowl. Cobalt Reaver, what's up, dude? How are you doing? You asked first. I'm doing great. Thank you so much for that sub. You're actually catching us at the tail end of the stream. Made a few bowls. They've come out very nicely. Got him. Whew. Had, I think, a very successful multi-stream experiment. We are currently live on Twitch, as always, but also YouTube and Facebook at the moment. And for an hour, we were also live on Instagram, but that has since cut off the limit that they will allow. Yeah, y'all, that is a real nice looking bowl. I will put up pictures tomorrow, probably into the Discord, maybe also into the Instagram in some capacity. Woo! Killed that furnace. Send this annealer down. Boop. And now I have returned from fetching a library book. Some rye bourbon and some rum. Great to see you, Cass. I was just telling Cobalt, this is pretty much the grand finale. We are getting ready to head out of here. But, confirm, what is my schedule looking like tomorrow? I have an appointment I have to go to first thing in the morning. But from about noon on, phew, we're gonna be blowing glass like all day. We are finally set up, organized, ready to have a good time. How's the weather? The weather is awesome. I say that, it's not perfect, it's never perfect. I'm not one to complain, but it is humid out. I think it was like 95% humidity and it's like 46% in the shop or something. Whew. And then on top of that, it's like 75 outside and 95 inside. That's not too bad. Anything double digit I can live with. Thanks again, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, Twitch folks, all the way around. We got lots of people giving us biddies today, especially Cobalt Reaver just now, and then also, who was the other one? One Love. Thank you, One Love, for them biddies. Oh, well, would you look at that? One Love is online right now. Oh, and he's a glass guy. Y'all, this is so perfect. I just found our glass target. Let's go. I was lurking while running around and out of town, and I so appreciate it, y'all. All the bits, all the subs, all the love, all the lurks. Dogs? No. Chase? No. Be right back. Give me 1 second. Dog got away. That's the second time I saw him do that.
Really?
He did it for Rachel.
Okay, apparently that's time number
2. All right, dog is recaptured. Damn dog jumped right over the couch to go get to my wife. I say damn dog. So cute, but can you tell they're excited my wife is home? Oh God. Now they both broke out. I thought you were right behind me. Okay. So we are wrapping it up here. I gotta go catch up with my dogs. Yeah, Mama's home. Catch up with the wife. That's what I meant to say. What the heck? You used to be able to... Oh, there it is. The raid button. I'm obsessed with Golly. I am obsessed with Golly. He's a good boy. Mm-hmm. I can't hear you, but I'll be with you in a minute. All right, y'all, we're gonna raid out One Love. He's making glass pendants using a torch. Different method from the glass that I make, but still very, very cool. And that's it for today. So as I was saying before, thank you everybody in all the places with all of the support, and we will be back tomorrow afternoon to make more glass. Peace out, y'all.